Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another car video. And women in private talk about sex more than men. Yeah, women in private talk about sex more than men. Shit, hold on, let me get on out of here. Everybody like parking near me and stuff. My gym has like this little summer camp going on, so I got a bunch of parents coming in with their kids. So that's cool. Plus, I need to roll these windows down. It's hot. And real quick before I get into my main subject, anybody that follow me on IG, I showed you this push sled that they got in there now. Some on wheels. You can adjust the tension. Also, if you need to, put some extra weights in there. Like I said the other day, that's how I'm gonna finish my workout every day, no matter what I do. And then somebody put some grips on there, some kind of like the same type you use on some pulleys. And so what I did, pushed it down 10 times and then pulled it back 10 times. Man, that breaks more of a sweat than, doing any cardio. And I like that full body workout. I love that full body workout. That's why I say anybody who want to test me, let's get in the pit. Yeah, pushing that football type of sled around. Let's get in the pit. Yeah, watch what a 55-year-old man do. I love that. Hey, if you get the best of me, you're going to know you've been in there. You're going to know you've been hit. That's how they used to say in football. But anyway, man, you know what, man? And I've said this 1,000 times. Also, it's a clue to something else that people keep asking me about. But just women, man, they want to have sex out this joint. Of course, I guarantee somebody going to get it in the comments and push back. And I'm just going to, shoot, I don't even know if I feel like even entertaining the thought. But I'm going to tell you what. Now, I've witnessed this a couple times, and I've had several women, I can't even count the number of women, who talk about what women talk about when men aren't around. Like I said, I witnessed it a couple times. I was just around a group of women, and all I did was just got real quiet and got them comfortable. See, I can get a woman comfortable anyway. I can just naturally do that. I know how to get a woman comfortable. Because coming up, it was mostly females in my family, and they were kind of volatile, so I knew how to get them comfortable. It is what it is. Lion's pride and shit. Lion's pride. Like all the, I think I'm the only male in the family coming up who don't got a assault record. But yeah, it was a lion's pride. Lionesses and lions and shit. So I've been around grew up around volatile women and shit. Like I got cousins who'll slit your throat. It is what it is. But so I learned how to get comfortable, so I can get comfortable around them, and they'll just talk. They'll just talk like I'm not there. And shoot, a couple of them, they were talking like I was there. They had their eye on me. But women will talk, and then I've had several. I can't even count the number of women over the decades who will say, nah, when we by ourselves, y'all ain't around. Y'all just don't know. I've had women whose word I could trust. Notice I said whose word I can trust to prove themselves to me. They either like romantically or just as a friend, did shit for me, hooked me up with some way, one way or the other, and they said, oh, hell yeah, we be talking about it more. The reason why I say more, because let's be real, when it's just the fellas, yeah, we'll talk about women, but we don't get deep into the shit. We don't get deep into it. Most will say, yeah, I tapped that. We don't be discussing what we did, and a lot of us be lying on our dicks anyway. Let's just be real. Like I said, if a dude told me he had sex with 100 women, I'm automatically dropping it to 25. I'm cutting it at half and half again. But we ain't gonna sit around and talk shit. Men, we talk about everything else though. Seriously, we talk about sports, politics, all that shit. Shoot, women, and it's scary that I've had women of different races, different social classes tell me the same thing. Shoot, they'll be getting into it and shit, be telling each other how to, like if they ain't getting satisfied, that's a big one. That's a big. They ain't getting satisfied. They say, "Well, girl, you need to do this," or shoot, or you got some women. I had a couple women say, "Yeah, they'll tell some of their friends. They'll tell some of their friends to fake it with a man." I had one woman. She said, "Yeah, well, I'll tell some ladies. Sometimes you're with the guy. Sometimes even if you don't feel like it, you gotta fuck him." I was like, "Shit." They be getting into that shit. And the thing is, they just want some shit. That's what I be saying all along. If you look at women, how they behave, how they carry themselves, look at how they dressed out here. Like, you get a bunch of guys calling them modern women and shit. And that's the biggest modern thing. They're more open for sex. They had to fake it back in the day. Shoot, they had to hide a little bit. Now they be going to churches and stuff, got that short dress on. Across those big ass thighs in front of that pimp ass minister. It's like, I shouldn't call him a pimp ass minister. Pimps always get insulted when I compare ministers to pimps. They always get insulted. I don't know why. But they always get insulted. It is what it is, though. It is what it is. But anyway, I gotta stop in the store real quick. I'm gonna do that part 2, add it in a second. And stuff. Used to be I wouldn't do that, but I said, man, I'll just cut it off and add them at the end and shit. Anyway, I'll talk to you in a second. What's up, y'all? Just back. Went in the store real quick. Oh, before I keep on with my subject, man, just real quick, because I said, you know, and I'm going to be pushing this a bit more, just meeting people in the real world. Now, I'm up here sweaty. Got sweat and shit. And yet, still got 2 women, just random women. I've never seen them before. Like, hey, how you doing? And both of them were talking about the weather. Oh, it's certainly hot out here and everything. And just real quick, that's just some basic thing right there. Just some basic thing. People be making it like it's rocket science and shit. Just talk, be out and just have a friendly demeanor and shit. And you don't have to look like Mr. Supermodel of the world. Seriously, I'm gonna stick on that. And if it get on somebody's nerves, good. Sometimes people gotta be made uncomfortable. Anyway, right? Yeah, women, seriously, they be into sex. You know, and I told y'all, I've had a third of my consultation clients are women. So they paying me some money. They paying me some money to talk about their sex life and what they really want, how they get down, who they get down with. I want y'all to think about that shit, because some people are like, hey, women be lying, or they'll tell guys the truth. If you pay somebody, shit, you gonna be somewhat truthful, because they be asking and shit. They be asking how they can get better dick. Now that is, well, there's a couple of them. Y'all know they were like raw like that, but most of them it come down to the sex question. Seriously, or how to get with certain types of guys and shit. So, like and see, here's the key with it all. And if a man can really get that in his head, that changes his whole perspective. That changes his whole perspective on women, because most guys come from the place you gotta convince women to have sex. But the reality is, if you don't have to convince them, they either want you or they don't. And it's actually better if you just chill, you present them with something, they either like it, if they don't like it, keep going. Because when you gotta work to try to convince them, they're not turned on. Because once a woman is turned on, it's just a matter when you want to get with her. Seriously, if a woman want to get with you, shit, she'll make it easy. She will drop breadcrumbs, put herself in position. If y'all working together, that's when she come to work. She come to work with that like mini skirt on, those pump Jensens, be smelling good, fix that hair right. If you like let it slip, you like big old butt dunk, she come with those tight jeans. Because they want some. Yeah, they want other stuff in relationships, but let's just be real. A lot of women, especially nowadays where they can be more open with their sex, you know, the quote-unquote modern women, shit, they can be straight up with it. Now, yeah, there's still some issues where guys still coming up leading with their wallets. See, here's the thing with that, too. Here's the thing with that. And this is something else women clued me on. They said if a man leave with his wallet, even if they don't really want it, even if they don't really want money, they'll take it. And when I say take it, if you're going to say, well, I'm going to take you to Ruth Chris or something, even though they don't usually go, don't really care, they'll go. And the only time that women are generally going to like stop you is they just don't want to hang with you, period. They're going to just be honest about it. Shit. They just be honest about it. Shit. They ain't, you know, and leave it at that. You know, there was a woman I dealt with back in the day. We had gone out, and honestly, the date wasn't that much of a click. But we had also plans to go to this concert. And I said, man, ain't no way I'm taking her to the concert. And she knew that. She ain't just tried to, I give it to her. She ain't try to take it. She offered to buy the tickets. I was like, I wasn't giving up those tickets. I forgot who the concert was. It definitely wasn't Luther. I'm still in touch with a buddy I went to see Luther with. Just real quick, for y'all old school guys, y'all remember how Luther concerts were? Shit, Luther get in there, he walk by the mic, whoa, wave to the audience, come back again by the mic, whoa. I mean, he get, Luther, man, he starts singing. Man, he get those women so hot, like his slow songs, right? And I swear this happened. When I was at that Luther concert, my man sung his slow songs. Then he said, well, I got some fast songs too. Man, everybody was leaving. Half the audience was leaving. There's a bunch of happy dudes pulling their women up. Because the women were nice and wet. The dudes were like, you know, they were like, you know, speaking with their, like, if you read their lips, they were like, thank you, Luther. Sure. Had them so hot. Oh, these dudes about to tear their women up. Shoot. Man, you need some people like that nowadays. I know this is a tangent, but you know how I flow when I'm on a car video. You need some guys like Luther, Barry White. Excuse me, lady. May I have the pleasure of taking down your panties? No. Leave that dress on. I'll do that. I can't hit it like Barry White. Barry White's probably responsible for, Barry White and the nation's barbers are responsible for the birth of a lot of children. But anyway, back to it. Man, these women want to get down. I mean, seriously, they want to get down. In fact, there's a little cottage industry of women showing other women how to get down. Seriously, that's how deep it is. You know, how to ride men and stuff, how to back that thing up. Seriously, cottage industry. Because I follow a few of them on IG. I follow them. They be nasty. Seriously. Shit, they be getting into it. Shoot, in many ways, they more open than some men. In many ways. Because you get some men, shoot, they ain't going to talk about that. But shoot, in fact, that's why you get some men who, you know what, like, cause there's always that argument about average-looking men getting some, and some guys don't think it'll happen. If the average-looking man is open sexually and give the woman the impression he can stroke her, like he can take her, you know, flip her over, like he can like make her holler in the bedroom. Shit, even if the dude ugly or something, a woman to deal with him, she'll just say, you know, act like you don't know me in public, because a lot of women get down like that. A lot of women. Shit, that's part of that shadow world. They only care, they ain't even tripping over your face. They want to know with your body, how you hanging and shit. I had a friend of mine, he was he had connected with this woman who was giving one of those little freak parties or something. And, you know, but she didn't really know him, like an online thing. And he sent me the text. She was like, okay, send me a picture. Just need a picture of you from the neck down. Naked. Seriously. That's how they want it. That's why you get some women, they just, you know, they just want it. They don't need you, like they got their own house, car, whatever. And they don't need to be seen in public with you. They just want to know what you working with and what you can do in the bedroom. Seriously. Because they just want it. They want it bad. Shit. Think about it. Why you think they be buying these sex toys? Who's the sex toy industry for? Shit. one dude on IG, he be selling dildos and shit. And he says it's the same shape as his joint. Women be buying that shit. And I want y'all to think about that. They doing all this shit for sex. Yeah. It's about to be a Magic Mike 3, or when they be going to like male exotic dance clubs, just the stimulation of it. Come on now. That's why I say it's better to develop your sexual side regardless of what you look like. I say, yeah, it helps. And I know somebody come on there where you have to look good. And I guarantee that person, okay, we're going to put you on a lie detector. How many women you been with you didn't pay for? And I guarantee you can count them on one hand and shit. They don't know, because they don't know women. If you understand, I'm going to tell you something there. I'm going to tell you something. You know, I like to always say I'm going to tell you something. Whenever I say I'm going to tell you something, whenever I use that phrase, pause the video, get out pen and paper, shoot, something, write it down. But let me tell you something. If you understand really how women want to get down, how to really tap into that side of them, oh, you keep winning. Like I said, the only issue is how she'll deal with you in the public. That's the only issue. Like, you do got to have a certain look to walk around with them in public. Certain look, certain class. But then that's when you get the shadows. That's when you get the shadows. So that's the thing, though. That's the thing, yo. Just understand it. Like I said, if get it in your head. Get it in your head. They want to have sex. And just be somebody they can have sex with. And incidentally, you don't have to be some perfect motherfucker. You don't have to be perfect. They can have sex with you for a variety of reasons. And I did a video. Shoot, that's one of that video got some the 5 types of sex women I have. Shit. One of them was, I'll put that link in the description box. Man, that was a controversial video. I wasn't even trying. Yeah, it's definitely lust, but it ain't always lust. Sometimes it's something to do. I've said this several times. Sometimes, you know, they just need some maintenance. They don't give a shit about you emotionally or whatever. They just need you to be discreet about it. As long as you're discreet, they just want something. And it's normal. Shit, in fact, hell, there's some aspect of feminism that's about sex. Because women wanted to be free to fuck who they wanted to fuck. They didn't want to be caught up with some guy because they had to do so for survival. I've hooked up with a few women. I remember when I was younger, because I dealt with some older women. I dealt with quite a few older women when I was younger. And they'd be married. Like one woman I was dealing with, she was real sweet, real beautiful, real sweetheart too. And when I say sweetheart, like just a good person, sexy as hell. And she had been married to this guy for 20 years, right? Married to this guy, but she left him. She just left him, and you know, I asked about it. He ain't do anything to her. He wasn't abusive or anything. And I said, well, why you married? She said survival. And it's funny, she had a buddy from the same place. Hooked up with her too. From the same place. Left her husband for the same reason, just survival. But they still want sex. So now what you got now, women making their own money, they want sex. You know? And if they older, especially, and already had their kids, because despite what some people think, you know, you got some guys saying they hit a wall at 30 and shit. Their vagina still work though. Shit. I've dealt with some women and shit. I've dealt with a couple women in their 60s and shit. They fucking like rabbits. Their vagina still work. They want to fuck. They want to fuck. And if you understand that one thing, the only issue, not even getting with women, the only issue you have is getting with a particular one. That's really the only issue a man should have, like getting with a particular woman. But if you're talking in general, if you're talking abundance, if you're talking all out here, you can always get some. Because they trying. And they don't need to be in love with you. They don't need to think you look like supermodel of the world. They really don't need you to have money and shit. They just need you to get your shit up and be able to perform. And if you give them an impression just through your behavior, that's why I say you get some average looking dudes. They just give the women through their behavior, their actions, even what they say is that they can do something in the bedroom. The woman be like, okay. And like I said, she ain't trying to marry. You get some guys out here thinking all these women trying to marry. Wait, for what? For what? Especially if the woman already got some kids or something. They don't need you. Yeah, and I know some people do some videos about these women wanting, you get some woman talking about she got 3 kids and want this man for money. But if you add up every single one of those women, every single one of them, if you add up every single one of them, count them, add them up, it's still a small, tiny percentage. You talking just in general. You know, most women, they good otherwise. And even then, some of those women, if that man who bringing that money ain't satisfying them, shit, you better double back home. I ain't gonna go through the whole routine. I'll just say it'll be a my bad situation. So, anyway, yeah. So that's the deal, yo. That's the dealio. That's the dealio, yo. So anyway, that's all I got. Get back with y'all later. Getting closer to my place. I don't need y'all to know exactly where I live. So anyway, I'll talk to y'all.